Hey Meyer Hatchery peeps, it's Amanda Haney here, and I am at Red River Roost with Kelly. She is one of our crazy chicken lady customers. We have been enablers to her problem, but she has invited us over to her urban coop setup, which is another perspective. We usually go to farms out in the country. Well, we're in the city today, which is going to give you guys a glimpse of how it is raising chickens in the city or in an urban area. So if you've thought about raising chickens and you're not sure about raising them in your area, maybe you'll get a couple of ideas and Kelly can share some of her tips and tricks with you. Okay, so Kelly, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm gonna warn you guys, Kelly is a mom.
I am.
Like most of us chicken ladies. And so you're gonna see her kiddos around, but you're also gonna see raising chickens with kids. So this is gonna be a very real tour, and I promise it's a real coop. I saw some poop earlier, so we're good. So I'm gonna turn this around.
Poop is our favorite.
Okay, Kelly, so I gotta get a glimpse of your coop real quick. Okay, so we've got Red River Roost.
Yes, my father made this.
It's
We've got all sorts of people that love me and I love him.
Oh my god.
Put their love into
So it's a work of love.
it. It is a work of love.
And I'm just loving the coop door over here. Oh, look at how pretty her windows are.
Gotta have a
Spoiled chickens.
spoiled chickens or mom. Who knows?
Okay, so we've got this door here. Is this how we enter?
Yes, this actually was our what my husband and I got married under. My dad built a wedding arch and he repurposed it into this door. Because what do you do with an arch after you get married under it? So
You make a chicken
you
coop.
make a chicken coop. Yes, this is how you get in. He had this in his shop, this old barn sliding door.
So cute. And she does have little latches here so she can secure it at night on the top and bottom.
Oh yeah.
What kind of predators do you guys get?
Honestly, the only thing that has ever gotten one of our babies is a hawk and a fox. But we haven't had any, since we've had the fenced in, we haven't had anything inside the fence, so that's not been an issue. And with the netting on top of our run, that hasn't, hawks haven't been an issue. But we live on the river, there are a lot of trees, so mainly from the air predators is what we've had. It hasn't happened in a while, so.
Well, I can see you've made some adjustments. Did you
some-
have the netting when you had the hawk issue?
This has totally been revamped here. There was a gazebo and this was not completely fenced in, and the run wasn't here at all. It's kind of hard to explain, but there was like a dog area that the former owners had, that we built the coop in the middle, and we separated the chicken run, dog area, but now the whole thing's fenced in. So and we had a netting, but it wasn't that great, so let's put it that way.
Okay. So the chicken math has
Yes.
gotten even more hardcore, so you're just having to keep adjust.
I know. I'm like, I think I'm at my max. I keep saying that.
Oh, and I have to say, I met Kelly through the chicken chat.
Yes.
She utilizes our chicken chat on the website quite often. So, and it's really, we love talking to our customers. So when I came to her home today, like I already felt like I knew her. So.
Yes, it does happen, and you have invaluable information.
Awesome.
I am a newbie, newish chicken owner, so I don't know everything.
So how many egg laying chickens do you have currently?
In this coop, I have 29. They are not all laying yet. I'd have to quickly count up how many actually are laying, but that at one point will lay 29 of them. These are the girls' chickens. This is Goldie.
Goldie, I wonder how she got her name. And do you know what kind of chicken Goldie is? Good job. And what's your chicken's name?
I forget.
No, what's your chicken's name?
Oh, Summer.
Summer.
She's at Delaware.
Delaware.
That's when.
Okay, well, I'm interested to see what is this.
Papa.
See my chicken.
See
Your chickens.
Yeah. See my chicken.
Okay, you can. Which chicken?
Uh-oh.
Oh, he has a little white one he's in love with. In there.
Oh,
That's
we
what
all
he's
have our
saying. Yeah.
favorites.
Wait, Mom, can I get the tiny little chicken there?
Hold on, just hold on one sec.
Okay, and I
Okay.
see you do sand in your coop.
Yes, I do.
How do you like the sand?
I love the sand. Now, understand that not everybody would love the sand, but I do. Being in the city, part of the, this is right in the middle of our backyard. We're still living back here. It's not like we have a big pasture that our chickens are at the back of or anything. So I really didn't like how there ended up being hay or wood chips all over the place. Also, the sand, honestly, there really is no smell. So I'm out here every morning with my tools. I got a few different kinds of tools.
Okay.
This is my main tool, though. These out here.
Okay, so you got them hanging. And
Yep.
if I remember right, we did a contest or did something with social media, like your favorite homemade chicken gadget or something. Did you send in this one?
I don't think so.
No, I think somebody else sent in something similar. I can tell you exactly what that's for.
It's for the beach or something. I
Well,
got it on the Amazon.
But what you use it for is those hard to reach eggs, right?
Oh, well, no.
No?
But I could. That's a good idea.
See, I'm wrong.
I use it for the hard to reach corners with feathers and poop in it.
Oh, well, that works too. But I know somebody had submitted something similar to this for when your chickens decide not to use the nest boxes and they lay in those hard to reach
That's
places.
a good idea.
You're not on your hands and knees.
No.
You just reach that in there and
I'm
grab
going to
it.
do it. I'm going to try it.
That's awesome.
Luckily, the one that lays on the ground, Rosemary, she leaves it right at the door
Oh,
for me.
so you don't have to go far.
No, most of them make it in the box, luckily.
Oh my goodness. And in true chicken lady fashion, you have curtains.
I made these. I bought a little hand sewing machine and I bought this fabric and I just sewed it a little and stapled it up there.
I love it.
I am not a sewer.
And I'm liking the chicken signs.
Oh yes. A little motivation.
Okay, now there's some goods in there.
Oh,
I'm a catcher.
Some beautiful eggs.
You were
We'll probably be able to see them better from the outside.
almost
yeah.
Rosemary.
But do you like using the Excelsior in your nest pads over everything?
yep, I really do. And I like it because it's, for the most part, stays together. And, there's a few little strands here and there, but they don't rip it apart. They're not kicking it out of the box. And
You have this
very
nice
clean.
lip right
Yep.
here too. So they
This
can't.
was an addition. We've got lots of additions, learning as we go. This was an addition, but yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of questions. What's the perfect coop? How should I build my coop? I will be very honest. You're never going to have the perfect coop.
No.
You're always going to be changing it to meet your needs, especially
Exactly.
if you love chickens as much as most of us. We have a chicken math problem, and you're always obtaining new breeds and new numbers, and so you're always making those changes.
Exactly.
And I like how you have the hardwire cloth.
Yes. And some of the little ones especially sit up there, but this is nice for airflow
And predator proof.
And predator proof, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's glass that goes in there for the winter.
Okay. So
So-
that's part of how you're going to prepare yourself for winter.
Yes.
And let's see, and you're hanging, or you've got your water up off the ground, which is
Yeah.
super good.
And that's actually the heater, that a lot of people have, but I keep it on there because then it's ready to go. And
just
they're
plug
not,
it in?
Yeah, they're not, they don't have to adjust to a change. Because I've tried actually this is one of them. They just didn't like it. I made a bunch of those and my chickens just didn't adjust to it.
Yeah,
So-
everybody's flock is different.
Yeah.
Some are pickier than others. And for those of you who are just hopping on, we are doing a coop tour at Red River Roost. It is an urban chicken coop setup. So if you're hopping on, please let us know where you're viewing from. We're here in Elyria, Ohio.
Yes.
So the good old Northeast Ohio area. Okay, and then for your feedback here, ladies, where does your feed come out? Can you show me?
Where's the feed come out?
Oh, you've got the PVC set up.
Yeah, and we made those, and they have kicked it out here. This is the babies have done that. But,
They're still learning.
and honestly, they'll end up eating that anyways.
Mhm.
And I like the pellets with this type, with the sand, because they do eat it, right? There's really no waste because they end up eating it anyways, so.
And did you use a particular kind of sand?
I've tried a few different things, and I have ended up with paver sand. This is paver, which is not too fine, but it also isn't super large chunks of rock, which is how I kind of started, and then I was just sifting out giant rocks.
Is this a cream
That's
leg bar?
Yeah. We're waiting for her blue egg. She hasn't laid yet, but
Look at her hairdo.
Dana, I know, she's got fabulous
Just straight
hair.
from the beauty parlor. Awesome. Is there anything else I need to know about? I see you also have the hardware wire. My goodness, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Cloth in here so you don't get the wild birds in here.
And that is exactly why, because we do get, birds are constantly trying to build nests up in the corner. They're constantly they're eating the food. But ever since we put that up, we really haven't seen a whole lot lately. But wild birds bring disease, and we don't want that.
Yeah, as much as you can try to control it.
That's Veruca. Veruca salt.
Love it. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
She's big and purple. Big blueberry.
And look at this sign. How cute
Yes.
is that? Is that their nightlight?
And it does kind of double as a nightlight because I, come in when it's dark already. So really it's more for me.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm also out here before the sun is up.
Right.
Well,
and in Ohio,
yeah.
we're getting less daylight hours already.
And I will say, if you do have sand, the huge perk is if you get up before they're off the roost, it's really super easy to clean up because it's really I just use the rake.
Like a litter box?
Yeah, exactly. Before they come down and trample it. Today I woke up a little late and it was trampled and it's just a little more difficult. So,
awesome. So how often do you have to clean out, do a full clean out?
I haven't yet because I just switched to sand in April, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So I've
And I
want
want to tell you guys, you don't have smell-o-vision on Instagram, but it does not smell one bit of ammonia in there.
And that's what I like about it the most.
Wow.
It's like my kids are right here. We're out here all the time. So
Yeah.
yes, I like the
Look
no
at all
smell.
these pretty breeds.
That's Rosemary. She's the one that lays right here. There's Meatball.
Oh, and
Sure
I've heard
egger.
about Meatball.
Meatball, there she is. And she was actually named before her giant meat comb came into
Oh,
effect.
that's how she got the name, Meatball with the comb.
No, it's actually Arlo's chicken, and his favorite thing is Meatball. So that's how.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but she grew into her name.
And do you
Yeah.
just have one of the lake shores?
Actually, I have another that I got from the bin. She's little though, and I just integrated those guys. So
And did you guys hear that? She got some of her chickens from the bin. She is referring to the chick bins we have in our Polk location store. Typically when we have leftover female chicks from hatch, we put them in our store bins and they are sold as assorted females. And it is not just the not so great leftovers. You can get some fancy breeds. Like what was the last one you got?
the frost white leg bar.
Yeah, that is an amazing rare breed find in the chick bins.
Day old is a pretty penny.
And you purchased them for $2. Okay, so we are in the run. Are you coming in, Mr. Arlo?
Yeah. So I just set these guys into the run with. They had been in that little coop over there inside the run.
Okay.
And so slowly they integrated in, and they're doing pretty good. They like to stay at the top of the.
It's like a chicken playground in here. And have you, since you have children, have you specifically chosen certain breeds because you have children, or has it just been like a guessing game, what's going to work for us?
Not necessarily. Like when we first ordered, we started with 7 because there are 7 in our family, and it has quickly escalated. So I really didn't know what I was doing to begin with, but now the kids definitely have their favorites, and I would say their favorites are the ones that are notorious for a friendly personality. So
Like
those
the
would-
Orpingtons,
like
the
the
Sussex,
Although,
Delaware.
like, this is a Sicilian. She's from the bin, Sicilian Buttercup, and she's not supposed to be super friendly, but she's a doll. Like,
Well, and I
love
think
her.
a lot of it has to do with how much they're handled how much they're socialized.
Your chicken's up top. You want to put it together?
And I absolutely love this. This is a goal I have for my run because they scratch that grass right out of there and then they have nothing green.
Well, we just did this. This was, the coop originally had a door on the inside, so you opened the barn door and then opened another door. So this was part of that door. That was a part of a wall. And he was going to bring it to the dumpster. I'm like, oh, wait a second. Let's put it in the run and grow some grass.
So did you plant anything specific or was it just leftover grass seed?
Just grass seed for now, but I have plans, you know, when the weather warms up again, different herbs there's Tina.
Oh, is this Tina the silky?
Oh, she just went through a molt and she is looking so fine.
Oh, it's that time of year. Yeah. So for molt, I saw the girls, they had mealworms earlier. Do you guys give them extra protein when they're starting to lose their feathers? Yes. Yeah, you really want to increase that protein either by a higher protein feed, mealworms, meat scraps, all that good stuff, because feathers are, I think it's 80% protein. That's what they're made up of. So when they lose those, they need a lot of extra protein.
And really, honestly, we put just about everything in the chicken
The garbage
run.
disposals.
Yep. I mean, every kind of weed, any kind of, grass clippings, anything like that.
And I like how when they come out of the coop, they still have a covered area because it's Ohio. We can have rain, snow, wind, sun all in the same day.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Now, what's under there?
That's our old kitchen sink.
So everything but the kitchen, or everything and the kitchen
sink. Yeah, we did a little remodel of our kitchen. Like, I'm going to use that for the
dust
chickens.
bath.
Yeah. And I just found on the side of the road this blue one over here.
Oh
I
my
passed
goodness.
it like 3 days, and I didn't think I could lift it. But
One man's junk is another man's treasure.
so this little old couple dragging it out, I'm like, that's so cool. So that's how that happened.
Oh my
And you
goodness.
have these beautiful dust baths, but they make their own holes a lot of the times anyway. But they do use those, and I put special stuff in there.
Do you use diatomaceous earth?
Yes, I use diatomaceous earth. I put a little sand in there. Sometimes wood ashes, depending when our fire is burning inside in the winter.
Yeah, when you have bonfires outside, if you're burning wood, you take that ash, obviously, when it's cooled off, you stick it in there, and that's great for them.
Yep. Yeah, so, and then in the winter, we put plastic, heavy-duty plastic around this.
Okay. I was going to ask, I know you have the netting up top.
Yes.
Do you do anything in the winter up here?
Well, this is the first winter we've had this kind of netting, and this run. So, I don't know yet.
It's pretty open, though. I'm sure the snow would fall through
I hope
it.
So.
You'll have to keep us updated.
Yeah. And this is actually like a baseball backdrop net or something like that.
So that's heavy duty.
Yes. So that's.
And there's the other sink for dust bathing.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah. I want to have a whole bathroom spa out here. My husband doesn't know yet, but I got big plans. I want a tub. I want like maybe a little greenhouse where it will stay dry. But
Oh my goodness.
I know.
The chicken spa. And then you've got a hanging basket of treats.
yeah, my aunt got me this basket, and I'm like, I'm gonna hang that up.
I have that
Treats
same
in it.
basket.
You?
And I get too many eggs to use it as an egg basket, so it's more
Exactly.
decor for us as well.
I've got all the egg baskets and aprons, and I never use them. I just
So
put them
how
in my
many
pockets.
eggs a day are you getting?
At least a dozen. When it was really hot, they kind of.
Oh yeah, between
Yeah,
heat and molt.
It's picking back up though. So about a dozen.
That's a good number.
It is.
Okay, and so I see some little ones back in this
Yes.
corner.
Those are our meaties. And
Farm to table right in the backyard.
yes, and we actually just put them in today. So my husband built a walk-in nursery in his shop. So they've been growing out in there. And I was hesitant to bring them out because these are all males. They're 3 weeks old, but they have feathered kind of slowly. So I'm not positive I'm going to actually keep them out here tonight, but they seem to be I've turned off the lamp inside, so they seem to be doing fine, and it's pretty warm still.
Yeah, they're not huddling at all. They are happy and all around, and they have a space to go inside, so they could huddle in a corner.
Right.
But that extra bulk, see, you said 3 weeks old?
Yep.
And they're already quite big. Lots of insulation. So how many weeks do you process your Cornish cross typically?
Well, again, this is the first time I've had these. I had the Rainbow Rangers.
How did you like the Rangers?
I got a little impatient, and I think I harvested them too early. But we also had a totally different setup that really didn't work. We had this huge tractor that we tried to move around the yard, but you know, this is still our backyard. So we're gonna see how this goes. The idea is to, I mean, the garden's pretty much done. The idea is to let them out into the garden. There's also a door from this chicken run into the garden for the same idea. Just to give them some more space.
Well, and you can separate them from your garden while it's growing, and then you can let them in there to fertilize and clean it up when you're done.
So that's kind of the idea. There'll be plenty of fertilizer to go around in here.
Well, and especially going into fall, you don't have to worry about that hot manure going into the garden because it's going to have several months to sit.
Right.
And be perfect.
Nice cool manure.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the idea. We're all, you know, it's all a work in progress.
Yeah, definitely need a little bit more patience with those Ranger birds. I've raised both. I actually really like the Rangers, but you're right. If you are kind of in a hurry and you want to process them quicker, if you don't want to spend as much time and money and feed, the Cornish cross are definitely something that would be what I would recommend. But the Rangers are great for those that like to free range their meat birds a little bit more because they're a little hardier.
Right, and they were hard. You know, they were. I can tell that those little guys were hardier and they feathered quicker. We're gonna see how this goes. So
yeah, keep us updated.
Pros and cons, but so far I like these guys.
I do think everybody needs to try a batch of each because not everything's for everybody. You got to kind of figure out what works for you and your family and your setup because it's all different.
It sure is.
Is there anything else that we need to look at in your coop setup?
I don't think so.
I do like how you have all your floral decorations on the outside so the chickens are not eating them, so they're staying pretty.
Right. They stick their little heads right through and get what's on the ground.
So what is your absolute favorite breed so far in your chicken adventure?
Well, let's see. For what purpose? Friendliness or
just all around, like if you could only have one chicken breed, what would it be?
I feel like I'm gonna turn my back on Tina because she's my homegirl, my Silky. But if I could only have one, probably the Orpingtons. They're a very stable, chill, dependable breed.
Especially in our climate too. They're a bit heavier. They've got that smaller comb, so you don't have the risk of frostbite on that comb in our climate.
And for that reason too, I like the Easter eggers. Also, you don't really know what you're gonna get, so it's like
it's a surprise. It's like Easter.
It is Easter. It's a surprise in every box. So, and I've had a few of them, and they're all completely different, and I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I love the variety in the Easter eggers and the color of eggs. I mean, it's just fascinating.
It is.
How many different colors you can get. And then the Lake Shores, they're a newer breed to Meyer Hatchery. They come in all different colors, crusted, non-crusted, brown, all white, a little bit of both brown and red and white. I mean, it's a variety.
Meatball is crusted and speckled, and this new lady is pretty much all red. I think that's what she is anyways, because there's really nothing else. She's got some white on her. So pretty sure that's what she is.
And is this a blue lace red Wyandotte?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a good example of the blue gene. That blue gene does not breed true, so you can get Splash, which would be her, black or blue. And she is just gorgeous.
I love her.
Strike a pose, Margot. Blue lace, red Wyandotte.
She's good at it. Yeah, that
Beautiful.
actually is a splash Americana. That's jumping in there.
Yeah, that blue Americana,
Yeah.
same thing, that blue jean.
They
Black, splash, or blue. It's
Yeah.
just, you never know what you're going to get. But they're beautiful nonetheless.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I didn't see this before.
Oh,
I didn't know that your chickens were in a band.
well, you know, the kids really like it more than them. We are, you know, the Partridge family here. The band teacher at school had seen it, you know, the xylophone, and she's like, I have one in my closet. So she whipped it out. I'm like, give it a try. Why not?
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, this has been so much fun. I really appreciate you letting me come and view your coop and getting some more ideas. I really want one of those sliding barn doors for my, I mean, that just makes it even more dramatic when you go to see your chickens. Voila.
I'm here.
And I mean, the poultry netting, this is just fabulous to keep those hawks out, especially since you did have a hawk issue.
Yeah.
You were proactive and you were like, okay, we're going to fix this problem.
Right.
And
Exactly. And it is a little heavier. And
yeah,
that's why.
yeah. Sometimes you have to spend a little bit more
Exactly.
to get something more decent that's going to last a little longer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. If you have any questions, send us a message, chat us on the website, send us an email at info@meyerhatchery.com. If you want to know what's going on at Meyer Hatchery, be sure to subscribe to the newsletter. It's a handy one that comes out every week. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday.